Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And I'm back with part 2 of What If Naruto Trained Solo Seriously from the beginning. Remember to get this one too. 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs on the other channels if you are new. Yes, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post what if on every single day. And if you want your idea, whether it be a movie or a series, to be done by me, simply go ahead and comment it down in the description and tell me what you want, a movie or a series, and I'll jot it down for personal use. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let's begin now, guys. So, to do a bit of a recap for the last part that we left off, it was Naruto Uzumaki, a battle between him and Sasuke Uchiha. What none of them expected though was for Naruto to win, having seen him fought before, but not on this caliber. Has he been holding back the entire time? Many wonder. We also get to see Naruto going deep within the forest as he proceeded to release a large amount of chakra. It was a training exercise, something that he created himself. Naruto knew that he was special, but he did not know just how much. This Naruto was raised, as he did not turn out to be naive or a fool. He saw the world differently. He knew that he was a Jinchuriki because of the seal on his stomach, due to the high concentration of chakra that he gathered on a daily basis. It wasn't hard to find out. The notion of a Jinchuriki was confusing to him at first. Finding out about this was a huge surprise on his part. However, he didn't understand why he should be blamed for something that wasn't his fault. The notion that the fourth Hokage might even be his father was there, but Naruto was too angry to ever believe that was reality. So he pushed himself into training, knowing that in this world where children become ninjas, being strong was the main thing. He pushed himself as he grew stronger and stronger and stronger, physically and mentally as well. As Naruto did not realize that he was more special than anyone thought, as he could feel the different natures inside of him by replicating the feeling from what he read in a book, which normal people could not even do. But due to him doing it on his own and never talking to anyone, most would not know about this, but he was truly very, very special. That was until Sasuke demanded to know how he defeated him. It was on that day that a rivalry started between them. They refused to train with one another. They wanted to outdo the other. When Sasuke showed off his fireball technique, believing that Naruto had nothing that could compare, weeks later Naruto pulled out his lightning ability, as he was able to circumvent the lightning around his hand by using 2 layers of chakra to keep it condensed and refined. Before that though, they had fought, and Naruto realized that he might have some anger issues, as he almost killed Sasuke, so that is why he took the blame for their battle. However, Sasuke did not see it that way, as he saw it as a way to prove that he was the stronger one between them, the Uchiha refusing to be outdone no matter what. This pushed the both of them constantly, as they tried to outdo the other, proving that they were the stronger, as they constantly evolve and grow and grow. But Naruto had a specialty about himself that was just so unbelievable. When Mizuki stole the scroll, as Sasuke was there that night, Mizuki claiming that Naruto was in Nine Tails, as Naruto told him that he was wrong. The beast was simply sealed inside of him. But Sasuke did not hesitate to help him, as the both of them beat Mizuki like he was a fresh genin. He stood absolutely no chance. With Mizuki defeated, Naruto thought that Sasuke would stay his distance, but the Uchiha told him that he would not be outdone, as he would rise above him. So even if he used the Nine Tails power, he will still crush him. For the first time, Naruto felt actual friendship. However, they still refused to train together. Hiruzen and Sarutobi had been watching them, unaware that Naruto was a very special sensor. As the time went by, they were placed on Team 7. They graduated and became ninjas. Kakashi Hatake, seeing a potential that he hadn't seen in a long time. Yes, Sasuke was special, but Naruto was something different. We also get to see a fraction of the Uzumaki clan that somehow was alive. Their survival was a mystery, even to this day. It turns out that they were involved. The guy that was there helping Mizuki, Toji, it wasn't a real Toji. Well, he was a traitor, but his body had been seized during the attack. As they report on Naruto, they called him special, hailing his connection with someone that they praise. Well, they were a mystery for now. When Team 7 head on their first mission outside of the village, the boys proved that they've grown very much, going up against Zabuza Momochi as well. As they continue on, it was the night that Naruto had met someone. She claimed to be a Uzumaki like him. She questioned him, begged him to keep her secret because if the world knew that they were back, they would try to kill them. As she let him in on a few secrets. When Naruto returned, he did not say anything. The girl, calling herself Rukia, she and another watched the house where he was in, smiling as she did. It was the start of something very dangerous. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the playlist of yourself. So yeah, let's begin this. Now guys, our story began before Naruto Uzumaki was even a thought. Some time ago, a large room, several Uzumakis. The council, in the center was the head of the clan. He was known as Renji Uzumaki. All of them was focusing on one man, who stood in front of them. His features were imposing, yet there was a pleading gaze in his eyes. The leader Renji spoke up. "Genma," he said towards the man. "Enough. We've heard you repeat the same warning for months. The nations are not preparing to attack us." Genma shook his head. "You're blind because you want to be. I've seen the movements. I've read the messages. They fear us. They will strike us first. And if we're not ready, we will be destroyed." A female elder spoke up. "In the past, the Uzumakis were ruthless. We spilled blood casually and freely. We're not trying to repeat that, Genma," she said. "I'm not asking us to be ruthless again. I'm asking us to survive." However, his words could not pierce the circle. Another elder spoke up. "You've been diving into dangerous arts, forbidden arts. We will not allow you to drag our clan name through the mud, even with your reputation." Renji nodded. "You are admired, Genma. One of our greatest. But that does not place you above the clan. Stop your work, or you will face banishment, possibly worse." The chamber fell silent. His words failed to get through to them once again. "I understand," he said. He turned and left, his shoulders sagging. They just didn't understand. Why wouldn't they Genma? His thoughts were cut. He turned to see a young Uzumaki step towards him. His name was Daigo Uzumaki. Daigo approached. "You are not alone." Before Genma could question him, stepping from behind the pillars were several other Uzumaki, man, woman, and child. They were not fanatics. They were not warmongers. They were people that also saw the truth as well, as they spam from various ages. "Others, feel what you feel," Daigo said. "We've been watching the nations. We know something is coming. And if the elders won't prepare and stand with you, then we will." Genma looked at them. "Then maybe we have hope." This man, Genma, was a calm man that just wanted peace. He was willing to go to any lengths to ensure that his family would survive. He had a younger brother and an older sister. However, he's met the love of his life from he was a young boy. They grew up together. They often spoke about the future and their children. Yes, they were looking forward to it. They already had names. Names picked out for them. If they had a boy, he would be named Kaitori Uzumaki. And if they had a girl, she would be named Kushina Uzumaki. Yes, they were planning for the future. He was looking forward to it. He couldn't allow the other nations to move and stop all of this progress. The elders, wanting to put peace above chaos. They were showing their belly like a wounded animal, and that was going to cost them all. Genma, a soft man that just desired peace. Well, that was until his younger brother died and everything changed. Skipping back to the original time, Naruto slowly opened his eyes and threw the kunai. 3 leaves were pierced, but not a single one of them ripped. Naruto moved towards them, pulling out the kunai. They fell into his hand so fragilely. Before he could think anything, he turned his gaze, his senses picking up on the invaders. More and more, Kakashi Hatake saw how truly smart Naruto was. It wasn't about just book smart. From the beginning, Naruto questioned the safety of the family, knowing that they would be the greatest weakness of Tazuna. They started to leave one member behind just in case. Gato got wise and sent some thugs or someone, and it was Naruto's turn as the others went to the bridge. After a week of staying here, it seems like it was finally time. They were coming. When Naruto stepped out of the foliage, he saw Tsunami on the dock. Inari, seeing the thugs, his mother backing away, telling Inari to go inside, but he refused. It was something that Naruto had said to him. He had cursed at them, telling them that they would fail. But it was the next night that Naruto caught him outside crying. It wasn't often that Naruto did these kind of things. He said it to the Hokage himself. He did not know how to, hold conversations that long. It was hard for him. But he did not look at Inari as he simply gazed out. "Are you crying?" "No," Inari said. "Something got into my eye." "What?" "Tears." Inari got up to walk away, but Naruto grabbed him by the head, simply placing his hand behind him, holding him there. The only way to be defeated is when you give up on everything and everyone. If that's the case, there is no point in going on. "I know about Kaiser," said Naruto. "You're angry because he's gone. But he lived and died to make sure that you would be safe. In the end, he never gave up. You should follow in his footsteps." That was all Naruto had to say. Not knowing how much it would impact the young boy, Inari refused as he stepped in front of his mother. "You will have to go through me," he said. "I told you." The voice surprised the 2 thugs. They reached for their blade, but it was not there, as Naruto was holding the 2 swords. Only when you give up, nothing else matters. And I can see that you haven't. Instead, they decide to punch Naruto, which was stupid on their part. His movements were beyond their sight. He kicked the both of them across their face, knocking them out instantly. As he restrained them, he turned towards Nami and Inari, his gaze focused back towards the bridge area. It seems it's finally starting. Inari looked afraid despite his newfound bravery. So did Tsunami. I promise you both, everything shall be fine, Naruto said. It wasn't often that he gave out a promise because a promise was hard to keep for many different reasons. However, these people have been through enough. His words inspired them even more. Naruto made sure that there was no other along the way, summoning a few clones just to make sure, as he made his way towards the bridge. While that was going on, you are strong. Against anyone lesser than me, they would be defeated a long time ago. Haku gave Sasuke props. Sasuke stood there, his Sharingan activated, finally after all this time. However, he fell to his knees, looking like a porcupine. Haku's speed by using the light reflection was simply too great. He couldn't match it, as he was moving so quickly from one to another. Haku refused to face him outright. Sasuke Uchiha was dangerous and with those eyes of his, but his body was reaching its limit. Sasuke dropped to one knee, but even then, struggling back. Such resilience. The will to keep on fighting no matter what. I admire that. But it's over. On the outside, Sakura was worried, afraid for Sasuke's safety. He was in there. She could not see. Something bristled past her and Tazuna. They barely saw what it was. As Sasuke fell, staggering, Haku saw the opportunity and dashed. Senbons came from all over. As Sasuke felt it, he fell to one knee as every single Senbon was knocked away. Propping open his eyes fully, Naruto stood in front of him, shirt blowing in the wind. Naruto gazed down towards Sasuke. He gripped him by the shirt, raising him. Did you really think you were going to die? And we haven't had our match yet. Sasuke slapped his hand away. I'm just taking a breather. Now get the hell out of here, Sasuke said. Haku was confused by their interaction. Do they not realize that this was a life and death situation? Well, it's my turn, said Naruto. No, it's not, Sasuke said, getting to his feet. Haku was surprised. Where did this strength came from? Was it the rivalry between them? Could that really push this boy so far? Sasuke refused to back down, refused to bend a knee. However, Naruto summoned two clones as they restrained him. You're gonna pay for this. Sasuke cursed. Get him out of here. We'll fight when this is over, said Naruto. For now, I'll handle the rest. Sasuke knew that he was dead tired, but his arrogance to overcome Naruto refused to make him say it. Naruto gazed up. Haku's voice came out soft. Did you really think it was gonna be that easy? He appeared out of the mirrors close to the clones to take them out, his senbons whipping through the air. However, Naruto was there. Haku was stunned. He's faster. I said your fight with him is over, said Naruto. It's me and you now. Fine then. I'll take you down, then go after him. Haku had his opportunity. He saw this boy. He was walking back to the house, unaware to him that was the night that Naruto had met Rukia. But he decided to just leave him be, his desire not to kill. But now, he couldn't afford to let his master plan fail. As Sasuke was dragged outside, Sakura smiled. "You're okay," she said. The two clones throwing him down to the ground. "Stay where you are," they said, making their way back inside. Sasuke tried to get up. "No," Sakura said. "You're hurt." "Tch, help me get out these," he said, as he couldn't reach the ones in his back. She started to help him remove the senbons. On the inside, Haku was surprised. This one was indeed a lot faster. Senbons came down like a rain, and yet Naruto was moving through them, possessing no Sharingan. So how was he doing this? It was like he knew the moment and which mirror they came from. Haku was trying to fake him out. However, Naruto's sensory ability was working overdrive here, as Naruto could feel the fluctuation, which mirrors were being used for the senbons to pass through. So he was able to properly dodge all of them. However, the speed was intense. Haku's speed was not natural here, as he was using the reflective pattern of the mirrors to move insanely fast, using that to his advantage, realizing that in a game of, well, hold out, he would lose because he just fought the other and now his chakra was running low. Haku spammed himself in every single mirror. "I apologize, but I have to end this now." However, Naruto wasn't listening, as he kept on counting down in his mind. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, one of Haku's senbons pierced into his back. "It's over," Haku said, until Naruto's head shot upwards. "Got you." Haku felt the buildup of chakra. How could he do that so quickly? Wait. How? That's not possible. Haku's mind raced as Naruto was looking exactly at the original. He leaped out of the mirror as a condensed blade of lightning ripped through it, tearing it apart. However, Haku realized, even though he was fast, quick thinking, he made a silly mistake. He was still suspended in the air. He couldn't block him. Senbons dropped into his hands. He pushed himself down. "It's over," he said, aiming at Naruto's neck. His hand lashed out only for the clone to jump in the way. Haku's eyes went wide as the clone was thrown by the other. His senbon stabbed right into its neck. Poof! Boom! Naruto's feet shattered the bottom half of the mask. A brutal kick that knocked him into a semi-unconscious state. It was brutal. The mirrors started to immediately be affected. Haku staggered, regaining full consciousness. But Naruto already grabbed his arm. They spun in mid-air. Haku's back hit the ground with such a force. Well, bridge. And that was what kept him alive. The wood of the bridge cracked and broke. If this was solid stone, he would have probably been dead from the head concussion. Haku was dazed for a moment, trying to recover quickly, but he felt the tingling sensation as he was stabbed. When he looked down, he saw senbons piercing him. His own senbons, the long ones that he dropped on his fall. They pierced him in the exact points. His arm and legs. He couldn't move them. Naruto got to his feet as the other clone came and removed the senbon from his back. Before poofing away, Haku's mirrors start to fall. I don't understand. How did... It doesn't make sense. 3 seconds, Naruto said. That's the amount of time it takes you after each throw. I should tell you I am a censor. It was easy to find the original, and I just needed to work out the time. Lucky for me, you were arrogant enough to think that you could still best me in mid-air. And that is what I capitalize on. I like to read. I learn about the human anatomy. And your senbons are the perfect weapon for in this case. Naruto said, figuring that it's the same thing you did on Zabuza. However, you're still conscious. It's over. You can't remove those on your own. Unless you can forcefully remove them with chakra, which I doubt you can. Naruto said, looking down towards him. You've bested me. Why not end me? Why simply paralyze me for the time being? You're on a mission, are you not? On a mission? Yes, to kill my client. That is the only reason why you're here. And we're on a mission to save him. Once the mission is over, we don't have to fight anymore. How can you be this naive, Haku said, repeating the exact same words that Zabuza had said to him countless times. I am your enemy. You should kill me, willing to die that easily and just give up your life. Why is that? Because I'm nothing but a tool. I have failed my one purpose to help my master. There is no reason for me to live anymore. So go on, end my life. A tool? Why would you even say that? You don't understand, Haku said, as he told Naruto his story. Once he was finished, Naruto shook his head. You're wrong. What? I said you're wrong. People are not made to be tools. You describe the world as it is, yes. It is brutal, it is ruthless, it is corrupt. But I refuse to go on with that mindset of yours. Because one day there will be something that will change it. I'm not sure what that is. But I've often thought about the ideology of children being weapons. Being prisons, Naruto said. Haku was confused by that last statement. But you're wrong. I refuse to live in a world like that. Something will change one day. It has to. Haku looked at Naruto. I've come across people like you before. But often they speak like they will be the one to change the world. Yet you don't. Why is that? I'm not that special, said Naruto. Haku looked at him. However, you are. You speak like your master don't care about you. But you're wrong. Naruto said as he placed his hand on Haku's chest. What are you? Haku screamed as electricity. They ran through the senbons. A moment later they fell out. But Haku's body was numb as Naruto picked him up. Naruto started to move. Meanwhile, their battle came to a stop as a kunai landed in the center of them. Zabuza turned to see Haku, being held a kunai to his throat. Enough of this. No more fighting. Place your weapon down or he dies. Zabuza started to laugh. You think you're doing something here, don't you, brat? But you're wrong. Haku is just a tool. Do what you must, I don't care. You don't. So why have you kept him around for so long? Because he's special. With his ability, my dreams will come true. He's nothing but a weapon to me. Even a weapon is important, said Naruto, as he pressed the blade deeper in Haku's throat. If you raise your blade once more, I'll kill him. Naruto's eyes reminded Zabuza of his own past. As he saw it, Naruto was really convincing. Zabuza struggled to make a move, his mind wanting to but his body stopping him. Haku was too close. He would not make it in time even if he did. Kakashi wouldn't allow it. His interference would lead to Haku's death. It seems we have company, Naruto said as he gazed outwards. But they did not see anything until they start to arrive on the bridge. Gato was all smiles, bringing so much of his boys behind him. He saw Zabuza still on his feet. Ah, Zabuza, I was just coming to check up on you. I see that it's still not over yet. What's keeping you so long? You are the demon of the mist, are you not? He's lying, Naruto said. Zabuza looked towards Naruto. He brought so much of his men here. I think they're here to kill you as well. I don't think he wants to pay you, Naruto said, feeling the fluctuation in Gato's chakra as he spoke. Who the hell is this brat? You know what? I'll give you an extra bonus if you remove his head right now. Zabuza turned as he saw them. There was a lot of them indeed. You have a choice to make, said Naruto. Kill him and get Haku back, or continue to fight and I kill Haku. Zabuza scoffed. Why the hell would he listen to you? He's a ninja. He's nothing but a tool. And right now he's doing what he's supposed to do. Now stop wasting time and kill them. Make your choice, Naruto said. I'm not gonna ask again. Zabuza turned. You don't usually travel in such a large pack. No, you don't understand. I was here to... However, it was too late. Zabuza made his choice. He brutally cut them down one after another, Kakashi stepping back, as Naruto felt Haku twitch, but said nothing. Gato was the last one left. His head was removed cleanly off his shoulders. The body's being kicked off the bridge. You see, Naruto whispered, even a tool could be important and cared about. He released Haku. Haku staggered on his feet, but he could walk. He looked at Naruto as he stepped towards Zabuza. I'm sorry, he said. This isn't about you. That short stack was here to kill me as well. This is a warning for those who betray me. Say what you believe, but we all know the truth. Keep on running your mouth, brat, and I'll forget that I was here to kill Tezuna and turn my rage on you. Well, first of all, you weren't able to overcome my sensei, and now you're a lot weaker after that battle. I doubt that you could hurt a fly. Naruto was really getting under Zabuza's skin. That's enough, said Kakashi. The mission is over. You have your choice to make. Fine, Kakashi Hatake. The next time we see each other though, I hope we're enemies. Because I'm coming for you, and that little brat as well. We'll see, said Naruto. Why must you antagonize him? You know he's our enemy, and a little bit of pushing might push him over the edge. This whole thing is helping me out of my comfort zone as well, said Naruto. It isn't something I would normally say. I'm proud of myself in a way. Very, very proud, Naruto said. Kakashi blinked at the answer. Of all things, that wasn't what he... Naruto ducked. Sasuke swinging at him. Back on your feet. Thought you were still sleeping. Enough, Kakashi said, stopping them from engaging. These two always seem to be at each other's throats. Yet they worked together when it was necessary. Other than that though, the very notion of them training together seemed to disgust the both of them very badly. That is when the people arrived, led by Inari. As Naruto spoke up, it's over. What? Many of them said. As the realization hit them, they screamed and cheered. Time skip. Sasuke noticed that Naruto was constantly going outside all the remainder times while they were here. But he did not know that Naruto was looking out. Rukia Uzumaki. The thought of her had not left his mind not even once. However, she hadn't showed up again. It made him wonder if a part of him wanted to know more about himself and his family so much that he saw an hallucination. No, He wasn't that crazy, he thought to himself. But as they headed home with no longer any sightings, he started to wonder if he was getting insane or something, because he didn't see her again. They returned back to the village as heroes of the land of wave. Kakashi was forced to kick it up a notch, as Sakura realized that if she did not get into the mindscape that they were in, she would be left behind. Elements were tested. That is where something abnormal happened. Once again showing that Naruto wasn't exactly normal by any stretch of the word. He was given a piece of paper. Sasuke paper had burn and crinkle, showing fire and lightning. Sakura paper had grown damp and also crumble, water and earth. Hers was rather unique and special as well. Given her background, it was insanely special. But when Naruto got the paper, nothing happened. The paper fluctuated for a moment, but there was nothing. They've never seen this before. Here is not often the question about Naruto's knowledge, as he was able to pick up the manipulation of lightning so quickly. Yet, nothing happened. They've never seen this before. They brought in a specialist who couldn't understand it either. Yet Naruto could clearly use lightning, so it did not really make any sense. However, Naruto had his own theories. As he wondered, he decided to test it before anything else. He had read from the book the feelings that each element gave off. However, truly experiencing it, Sasuke fire. As Naruto was in the dead of the night, when suddenly, flames started to flicker in his hand. Slowly but surely, proving his theories were correct. However, he felt something off as he was interrupted. Amazing. Naruto drew back, shocked that someone was able to sneak up on him so quickly, without him even noticing. But he did, and she realized that. He picked up on her before she spoke. That was the incredible part. It was her. Same hair, same eyes. She was in the village. Rukia, you remember my name? I'm touched. Were you thinking about me? You told me that you were Uzumaki, and I shouldn't tell anyone, and then you just leave. What did you expect? Naruto said. You're upset. Of course I am. I want to know who you are. What is our connection? And what the hell is going on? I've searched about the Uzumaki clan in all of, well, mostly the viewable part of Konoha archives, but I found absolutely nothing. Well, the information is something that the world doesn't want people like you to know. Why is that? Bad blood, chaos, numerous reasons. But know this, I am a Uzumaki, and so are you. But you are a very special Uzumaki. A truly special one, she said, stepping towards him. You're learning the fire element. Tell me something. How did you do it? Why do you want to know? You don't fully trust me, she said. I can understand that. She reached behind her and pulled something out of her small pouch. He watched her hand carefully as she handed him a scroll. What is it? It will help. She started to walk away. Wait. How did you get in the village? What do you want? She turned towards him. You know deep down I'm not your enemy. Otherwise, you would have told someone already. Not to mention that I'm in your village right now. And you have no desire to tell anyone that I was here. Goodbye for now. I'll see you soon enough. Wait, said Naruto, I need... She was gone. Naruto opened the scroll. She was right. A part of him trusted her. He opened the scroll and looked inside. Naruto was surprised when he saw a name for exactly what he felt about the elements. He thought that this was something new that didn't exist, but here it was, written information about it. It was known as the Shinkawa Plus. It is a genetic mutation found in one other Uzumaki blood trait. Naruto did not know who the one other was, but he guessed it was two now. He read what was written there. It is not a jutsu, but a chakra behaving mutation inside their blood. The chakra is alive, adaptive, capable of learning from sensations, environments, foreign chakra type. Unlike normal chakra reacting to nature, the Shinkawa chakra reshape itself to match it. Naruto was confused on the nature part. As he saw it, first stage, elemental mimicry. Naruto saw the information that Kakashi recently tried to test. Chakra paper does not react because their chakra refused to commit to one affinity. Instead, they can feel the nature release. This made Naruto go back to the nature chakra part. Maybe that was another part of chakra, just like the elements. Nature. Could nature be harnessed? Naruto wondered to himself. It was exactly how he felt. He could sense the heat of fire, the shape and sharpness of wind, the weight of earth, the liquidity and fluidity of water, the pressure of lightning. By meditating on that feeling, they could shift their chakra to become compatible with the nature element. This is what Naruto was confused about. It spoke about nature element, but it spoke about nature chakra. That was something that he would like to know about as well. But for now, he saw something even more interesting. Even for the rare element types, they are capable of complete mimicry over rare genetical traits, including Keiki Genkai, hybrids like. Naruto saw a list. Ice release. Immediately Haku came to his mind. Lava release. Boil release. Dust release. Wood release. If you remember correctly, that was the first Hokage. Naruto was stunned by what he was reading. Their chakra copied the concept of the element, not just the jutsu. And this is the first stage, and the easiest concept of what truly described the Shinkawa pulse. Naruto looked over the scroll, but there was no more information. She only gave him the basics of what he can actually do. She seemed to know more about him than he knew more about himself. As we skip to the unknown location, she returned. I have given him the scroll. Any trouble getting in? The man who sat questioned her. No, sir, she said. Good. As he sat there, it was the same man from before, the first one to stand up and told Genma that he agreed with him. It was Daigo Uzumaki. After all these years, Daigo seemed to be in his early 30s. The time frame doesn't really match up. Even then, while his features might look young, he was in his, perhaps, late 20s. So he should be older than this, but he was not. Something very secretive was at play here. As she was dismissed, this place was like a whole new world. When she stepped out into the courtyard, it was nighttime, just a moment ago, but for her it seemed to be day, as there was a lot of people moving around. The place was open and bright, a wonderful, beautiful day. As someone called out to her, Rukia smiled and made her way. A forbidden land, behind or beyond the elemental nation. Time skip. They were still trying to figure out exactly what was up with Nuta's chakra. As for Kakashi, both boys were stubborn. Kakashi had a few scrolls that Sasuke could learn. Other than that, both of them seemed to not want anything from him. But this would give him time to focus on Sakura. Naruto was always off doing his own thing. Sasuke was trying to keep up using the scrolls. However, Naruto preferred to train alone. For most of his training, he didn't have anything, but now, if there was something that he needed for a more advanced level, Kakashi could get it for him. Or, if he wasn't ready, well, he'd give him something that he was ready for. Other than that, they seemed to prefer the solo training, as Sasuke was given the simple, advantage of how to do what he needed to do, as there was a lot that Kakashi could pass on to him. Having the Sharingan, that was, a big plus for him. While that continued on, 6 months went by of non-stop training, as Naruto was excelling. Sasuke's refusal to be left behind. Their refusal to fight until the both of them know that they were stronger than the other kept them pushing each other. However, due to having more access to more intensive training stuff, Naruto started to focus a lot on his physical stature as well. As much as he hated to admit it, when it came to speed, Haku was faster than him. Given that his entire priority was focused on training, he didn't want to say those words. But he did admit it to himself though, which made him push himself even harder and harder and harder, as it allowed Naruto to meet some interesting individuals. His name was Rock Lee. Naruto met him while purchasing some weights. Questioning Rock Lee on his physical stature, as Naruto was quite observant, realizing that his chakra wasn't fluctuating like normal people. As Naruto learned of what held him back but what made him strong. Lee was curious, as Naruto seemed to be, following in the footsteps of youth, as he said it, which started a little spar between them. Unfortunately though, neither was willing to give up. But Lee proved to be the more stronger and faster one right here. Even though Naruto was simply a bit behind, Lee was astonished. He spent almost his entire life focused on physical training. However, because Naruto was a sensor, that gave him so much more added benefit of predicting and expecting every single one of Lee's attacks. After 6 months of non-stop training, they met once again. Naruto demanded a rematch. Having spent the last 6 months focused a lot on physical stature, but also focused on his secret elements. Their battle was supposed to be nothing too intense. Tenten tagged along, scolding Lee for fighting their younger classmen. But she was taken aback when the breeze whipped past her like a bullet, when trees started to break in the training ground. Naruto's stubbornness to give up had him hit the ground so hard, as it showed his excellent chakra control. The problem was, due to his focus, due to his extra training, he tapped into that part. It was the element rock, earth style that Sakura had been focusing on. The earth split apart as Naruto successfully destroyed the entire training ground of Training Ground 14. He split the land, causing a lot of commotion. Naruto himself, he felt it, the connection. He felt the pull. He caused a seismic quake as the earth split open, stopping their match from going any further. Lee had to jump up. Tenten had to use a swing to get back to the surface because of the falling debris. Naruto looked at his hands as he was falling, leaping back to the side and smashing the stones. He jumped up, surprised that it actually worked. However, his desire was to simply affect Lee's footing. But it seems his precise chakra control went overboard due to their battle. It was the intensity of their fight, the raw hand-to-hand combat. Naruto lost focus for a minute, and this was the result. Confusion from many of the ninjas as they arrived. A lot more question was raised. Naruto did not know why he was keeping this to himself. Was it because of her, Rukia? He hadn't seen her in the past 6 months, and yet he didn't say anything. He should say something. She shouldn't be in the village. Was he putting his family over the village? He didn't even know if she was his family. Sasuke seemed rather upset, learning that Naruto was sparring with Lee. They should be the one fighting. However, when Naruto told him that he was simply crushing him to crush him next, Sasuke, raw, intense Uchiha rage returned, gazing towards Lee, believing that he was better than him. Gazing around at the destruction, he downplayed what Naruto did, despite the fact that it had to cost 3 Jonins to rebuild the field using Earth style. The two were forbidden from fighting, Naruto and Lee that is, as many of them were still not understanding how 2 genin could cause this destruction. They simply couldn't wrap their mind around it. Lucky for them, an outlet to all of this was coming. The Chunin exams. It was a few days that Naruto had met another, similar to him, another Jinchuriki. But this one was different. That look in his eyes, that raw intensity. This one was dark. It seems like, while sharing the same burden, their life differed in the way that they were raised. Hatred, pain, darkness. And Gaara let him know, as Naruto could see the look in his eyes. The first phase of the Chunin exam was a written test. Team 7 passed through, as Ibiki could not cower them down. The second phase was where things truly got interesting. However, Team 7 went up against a foe that they simply weren't ready for. Orochimaru. When he sank his fangs into Sasuke's neck, Naruto lost it. That was where the Nine Tails first saw it. His chakra was being forcefully pulled. Under normal circumstances, he would have wanted that. The more chakra, the more control, but there was no loss of compassion, no loss of reason. Was this child adapting to my chakra? The Nine Tails was curious. Could it be the constant use of using his chakra to heal his wounds during their training? Had his body grown a resistance? No, that's not possible. It doesn't matter who he is, he was still a human brat. It doesn't work that way. However, Orochimaru was a monster, a fiend, an abomination as he fought. They were not alone. So many village came to participate. There was a team in the exams that was watching Team 7 face Orochimaru. Their features all different, dark hair, blue eyes, gray hair, white eyes. However, a Kunoichi on the team seemed to be focused, terribly so, on Naruto. She and her teammates were there. We have to do something. However, the boy to the right spoke. You know our orders. We cannot intervene. We can't just stand here and let this happen. What if he decides to kill him? Naruto is strong, but he's not this strong, not yet. We have to do something. We can't, the boy said. She turned her gaze, but you can. The other one was older, seeming to be around 15 to 16 years old. Please, do it, she said. Look at him. Naruto is not gonna give up. And he's gonna grow angry that a child is testing him. What if he decides to stop holding back? How will Nuta fare, she said. Rukia, the older boy said. It was her. Rukia Uzumaki. Yet, why would she assign herself to this village? Another mystery of it all. You're putting me in a tough spot, he said to her. Our mission is to watch over him. That is also a part of protecting him. We will cover you. Doing this quickly, we can avoid all detection. Konoha's seals will not pick up on us. Just do it, she said. Fine. The other boys seemed to be worried. Not about them helping, but giving away their position on what they intend to do. The amount of chakra that was needed. If they slip up even for a second, Konoha would be aware that something was insanely wrong, and they might even trace this back to them. They came here with precautions, and the precautions were set in place. Their features were changed because of that, and those things would be affecting them because they weren't normal. Similar to what happened in the beginning, where the body of Toji was not really Toji. It was a similar affair for their complex features at the moment. But they decided to do it. They created a triangle formation, creating some distance between themselves and Naruto and Orochimaru, as Naruto was going up against the Sannin. Trying his best, Orochimaru was intrigued, deciding whether or not to truly focus in on this one. So young, and yet, as of right now, his potential was greater than the Uchiha, and his strength as well. Orochimaru had fought them both now. This boy could be a future threat, especially being on the same team as the Uchiha. And not to mention, he was the nine-tailed Jinchuriki, another way for him to weaken Konoha. But the boy could be useful. Orochimaru could feel the nine-tails power, yet it wasn't going out of control. It shouldn't be possible for him to control such power unless there was something truly special about him. The Sannin decided to push him a bit more. That was until someone appeared between them. The person's body was translucent, not truly visible. Orochimaru was confused. Naruto dropped to his knees, feeling overwhelmed, like his senses were being hit from all sides. It shows that Naruto was no normal sensor. However, he started to push through it, something that shouldn't be possible so quickly, refusing to fall, believing that this was done by Orochimaru. You pay for what you did to them, Naruto said, struggling to get to his feet, taking very shallow breaths. The quantity of the Nine-Tails' power was so diluted. The fox was right, but it was not the way of adapting that it thought. More power started to be drawn to Naruto. It started to become a bit visible. That was until the strange hallucination, whatever it was, moved towards Orochimaru. He cut right through it, only for it to cover him. It literally covered him like a suit. Orochimaru was confused as he thrashed from left to right, trying to break free. The next moment, he vanished away. The sensation vanished as Naruto collapsed to his knees, his mind feeling overwhelmed. It was like chakra was forcefully pushed from all areas. To the three triangle formation, they stopped their hand signs as they contain it. That was no ordinary jutsu. The complexity, the scale of complexity alone was intense, which also showed that Rukia was no normal girl. Despite her young age, she was very, very special. Naruto was exhausted. Sakura was unconscious, trying to protect Sasuke. Sasuke was unconscious from the bite. Yet Naruto refused to pass out as he picked them up. Rukia tried to intervene but she was stopped by the older one. He gave her a look. She backed down immediately. Finding a safe hollowed out tree, Naruto placed the both of them down, gazing down towards both of his teammates. He didn't really have anyone that close in his life. But these two were special to him. He refused to allow them to just fall like that. He would keep them safe. In the meantime, as Naruto tried to relax, calm in his mind, freeing the pain out of his body, a distance away from Konoha, Orochimaru reappeared. Confused. Was this? No. It couldn't be that child. Then who? It seems like the boy had a guardian angel on his shoulder, protecting him. The Sannin was now even more curious. However, this technique that forcefully put him out, him of all person, he had tried to break it with his own chakra fluctuation but he could not, because it was feeding it. The complexity of that jutsu was not something that should exist right now. Maybe some secret art. Then who? What the hell was going on? Orochimaru thought to himself. First we have the nine-tailed Jinchuriki being far stronger than expected, and now someone, whoever it was, protecting him. Orochimaru was curious even more. But guys, be end episode right here. If you want to see next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now. Peace, guys.